Federal judge in Texas could rule at any moment on whether an ICE agent accused of shooting a man in Minneapolis walks out of a Texas jail. Minnesota wants Christian Castro sent back to face charges, but Texas says ICE ordered him back to his home base after the shooting, and the clock is ticking. Castro must be released tomorrow unless the judge intervenes. Correspondent Garrett Teddy has got the latest for us. He's in Chicago. Hi, Garrett.
Yeah, John, under Texas law, a person awaiting extradition can only be held for 90 days. And tomorrow, Christian Castro hits that 90-day mark and is set to walk free. The state of Minnesota is trying to fight that. They argue the ICE agent is a flight risk because he has a girlfriend in Mexico and is planning to buy a house there and marry her. Back in May, Minnesota prosecutors charged Castro for shooting a Venezuelan man through the door of a home in Minneapolis and then lying about it by claiming the illegal immigrant had attacked him with a shovel. There is a lot of politics at play in this case, but Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he has not agreed to extradite the ICE agent because there are certain boxes that need to be checked for him to legally do that, including determining if Castro qualifies as a fugitive, since Minnesota prosecutors claim Castro fled the state after the shooting, while other reports say ICE officials ordered him to return to Texas. Abbott has asked the Texas Secretary of State to investigate that issue.
Governor Abbott says, well, that 90-day deadline is well and good for what it stands for, but it has nothing to do with me. I can take as long as I need to execute my duty to make sure this is valid, and I have the authority to sign the warrant.
Yeah, Abbott's attorneys argue that 90-day deadline doesn't affect the governor's ability to sign an extradition order later on. And yesterday in court, the federal judge overseeing this case suggested he can't compel Texas to rush through that process. The judge said he would likely issue his decision today, but whatever ruling comes down, this case is likely going to be appealed all the way to the Supreme Court. John?
All right, so maybe the Castro does get out in the streets after all. We will see. Garrett Teddy setting us up for that. Thank you, Garrett. Now to Jackie.
Well, former acting ICE director Jonathan Fahey is here to break it all down with us. Great to see you, Jonathan.
Good to see you.
So Christian Castro facing 4 charges of second-degree assault and 1 count of falsely reporting a crime. Minnesota's Attorney General, though, Keith Ellison, says that Governor Abbott is playing games here. Listen to what he says, call for number 3.
He has no discretion. It is absolutely his obligation. The only legal issue is whether or not you have the right Christian Castro in custody. That's the only thing, his identity, everything else. There's no other basis to not sign the extradition papers.
How do you respond to that?
I don't think it's as clear as he says, because both the Constitution and the federal statute says you must provide somebody an extradition when they've fled. And the argument or the question is, did somebody flee the state of Minnesota, or was he just simply transferred? If you've been transferred by your job, you're not necessarily fleeing. So that's really the critical question here. So I think Attorney General Ellison is making it too simple. That doesn't mean he won't ultimately be extradited. And I think one thing that's really ironic here is that the Attorney General's office of Minnesota is arguing, oh, we're afraid he'll flee if we let him loose. And yet every single day in Minnesota, they let illegal aliens charged with crimes out on bond, and no concern that they might flee the country or flee coming to court on those situations. So there's a big political undercurrent here, but there's nothing wrong with what Governor Abbott is doing, which is just simply methodically going through the process. And if the 90 days lapses, he'll be released on a bond, which he would get in Minnesota anyway. So I don't think it's really that big of a deal as far as that.
I want to put up the timeline here so we can see how this all unfolded. January 14th, he allegedly shoots a man during an ICE operation. Wasn't until May the 18th, 4 months later, that Minnesota charged him. Texas authorities arrest him in Cameron County on Minnesota's warrant. And then we have the extradition process going on from there. So there's 2 things here that I'm sort of confounded with. The charges didn't come until 4 months later. Right? So if he went back to Texas, that's not exactly fleeing.
Correct.
But Texas arrested him on the Minnesota charges. They honored the Minnesota warrant. So why not extradite him?
Yeah, so they're honoring the warrant, but even when somebody's arrested out of state, they're entitled to a hearing on extradition. So they honor the warrant. That doesn't mean, I think one thing Ellison is right about, they do have to determine did they get the right person, but then there's also other factors as well.
All right, so we got a development. Apparently the judge just ruled in favor of Castro. He's not going to be extradited back to Minnesota.
Wow.
So there you go.
That settles that, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, very
So what happens
interesting.
now?
I think there's still Governor Abbott will still go through this process, and he still might ultimately be extradited to Minnesota. I think just right now he might not be. So this is so interesting, and there's sort of this secondary issue, this constitutional issue that is also going to come to play, is whether or not this officer is actually immune under the Supremacy Clause, and they can't even prosecute him anyway. But that will take him going to Minnesota to make those arguments.
You're right to point out the irony, though, of Minnesota officials trying to argue that someone should stay locked up.
Right, exactly. and just recently they pardoned a child rapist, and they weren't concerned there.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.